Hello students, hope you all are doing great. Today's topic is simplifying or reducing fraction. So let's get started. So simplifying of fraction is very much similar to equivalent fractions. Like in equivalent fractions, we either multiply or divide numerator and denominator by a common number or a factor, as you can see on the board, without changing their values. So here 2/6 equals 1/3 equals 4/12. So all these are the same. Whereas in simplifying or reducing fractions, we always divide both numerator and denominator by common factor till it's get completely reduced or simplified. In other words, a fraction is said to be in its simplest or reduced form if its numerator and denominator have no common factor other than 1. For example, fraction 4/5. Now, 4/5 is in its simplest form as 4 and 5 have no common factor except 1. Now, let's learn step by step how we can reduce or simplify the fractions. Now let's take the fraction 9 out of 24 or 9/24 and we write the factors of both numerator and denominator. So the factors of 9 are 1, 3 and 9. And the factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24. The first step, as we have already done, writing all the factors of numerator and denominator. Now the next step is we have to find the common factors of both numerator and denominator. Now the common factors of 9 and 24 are, you can see, 1 and 3. And now we divide both numerator and denominator by a factor 3. Because we know if we divide any number by 1, it always remains the same. So we always skip 1. So let's take 3 and divide both numerator and denominator by 3. So we get 9 divided by 3 is 3 and 24 divided by 3 is 8. Now since 3 and 8 don't have any common factor other than 1, so we can say that 3/8 is its in simplest form. Now let's take another example, say 8/24. Now we write all the factors of both 8 and 24. So for 8 it's 1, 2, 4 and 8. And for 24 it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24. So the common factors of 8 and 24 are 1, 2, 4 and 8. Now we can divide 8 and 24 by any of these factors except 1. Because as we know and as we have already discussed that when we divide any number by 1, it's always be the same. So we can take any of these factors, 2, 4 or 8. So let's divide 8 and 24 by 2. So we get 4 and 24 divided by 2, that's 12. Now we can see 4 and 2 can be divisible by 2 again. So we keep on repeating the step. So again we divide it by 2 and then we get 4 divided by 2 is 2 and 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now if you can see 2 and 6 again can be divisible by 2. So repeat the same step, divided by 2 and then we get 1/3. Now we can say that 1/3 is in simplified or reduced form because 1 and third don't have any common factor other than 1. Now, as I mentioned before, since we have 3 common factors, so you can divide numerator and denominator by any of these factors. So greater factor you take, you have to divide less number of times. Like if we are dividing by 2, we have to do 3 steps here, or we have to divide 3 times by 2. Now, same way, if we take 4, let me just show you. So 8 over 24 divided by 4. So we get 2 out of 6. And we know 2 out of 6 can again be divisible by 2. So we divide it by 2 and we get 1/3. That means you have to do it in 2 steps. Like first you are dividing it by 2 and then first you divide it by 4 and then by 2. Same way, if you divide 8 and 24 by 8, that means this third factor, then it can be done in 1 step. So 8 divided by 8 is 1, and then 24 divided by 8 is 3, and we get our simplified form. So this is how these factors work. So it depends which factor you are taking. So if you are taking the smaller factor, you have to divide that number of times or more number of times. Now let's also try to understand reducing or simplifying fraction with the help of the figures. Now here you can see in the first figure we have total 24 parts and 8 are shaded. So the fraction here is 8 over 24. Same way in the second figure we have total 12 parts which are same as 24 parts of the above figure, and 4 parts are shaded which are same as 8 parts of above figure. Likewise, we have total 3 parts in the third figure which are again same as 24 parts and 12 parts in above 2 figures. And 1 part is shaded which is again same as 8 and 4 parts in above figures. Now we can also reduce or simplify fractions by using prime factors as well. Like in the previous method we have used the factors. Now let's take the same example, 8 over 24. So let's find out all the prime factors of 8 and 24. So 2 times 4, and then this can again be split into 2 times 2. So the prime factors of 8 are 2 times 2 times 2. Same way, for 24, we can do 2 times 12. You can take any 2 factors, maybe 6 times 4, or you can take 3 times 8. And then we can again split that into 2 and 6 can again be split into 2 and 3. So all the prime factors of 24 are 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Now we cancel out all the common prime factors between 8 and 24. So this 2 is a common, these 2 are the common, and these 2 are the common. Now nothing else is common. So what we left on the top, since it's nothing, so of course it's 1. And then at the bottom, we just remain with 3, so it's 3. So the simplified form of 8 over 24 is 1/3. Thanks for watching. I hope you're finding my tutorials helpful. See you in the next video with more math topics.